talk is choices. I no longer eat white bread. Wonder Bread. How many of you grew up on Wonder Bread? Oh, yes. So many of us, so many of us. My family, when it came to meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, we had two choices. Take it or leave it. We can all relate to that. And it was the same with religion. So we're going to talk a little bit about religion after we talk a little bit about white bread. Now, why don't I eat white bread anymore? It's not good for me. And why is white bread not good for us? They've taken all the good stuff out. And since I have a little interest in science, I have studied the seed of wheat. Wheat is a seed like every other. It has the three elements. It has the outer core, which is the bran. It has the inner core, which is the endosperm, which is the carbohydrate. And it has the embryo, which has got all kinds of good vitamins in it. Now, when they mill this good stuff, they take out all the carbohydrate. And that's what we get with white bread. And in terms of religion, I didn't have any choice as a child. I don't know how many of you did. I kind of went with the family. We went to Catholic Church, which was lovely. However, I am no longer choosing the Catholic religion. I have made a healthier choice to enable me to live a much better life. I assume, and I'm going to make this assumption, and we're going to have a little audience participation here, I'm going to assume most of you were not brought up in this New Thought teaching. That's my assumption. But we're going to now find out via audience participation. Please stand up if you were raised unity or religious science. Zippo. Well, if you were brought up in another type of New Thought church, you may stand. Thank you. If you were raised Unitarian, stay standing. By the end, everybody should stand. Oh, that's the plan. Everybody's going to end up standing. You're going to get friends. Friends are coming. Please stand if you were raised Catholic. I'm standing. Oh, we got, all right. Anne, Marie, and Mary. Please stand if you were raised Baptist. Here comes the crew. Jay, Betty Jo, and Garnet. How about if you were raised another Protestant religion? All right, here's the crew. Woo! We've got the Lutherans, the Methodists. Okay, that's it. Look around, we got the whole group. Oh, we got one city. Okay. Please stand if you were brought up in another religion. Please stand if you were brought up in no religion. Please stand if you don't want to play. Thank you all. Thank you. All right, so just as we have decided not to eat white bread, we have all decided some other choices in life for our spirituality. I learned a long time ago when I was going to my classes that there's 4 pillars, and the 4 pillars are standing there on my slideshow. There's 4 pillars that really make a satisfactory life. Relationships, love, prosperity, and however you define prosperity. It's not with a bunch of money, but it's the prosperity of living a good life, and it's the prosperity of being self-actualized. The other one is our health. Of course, we have to have our health, physical and spiritual. And then the 4th pillar is meaningful work. And again, that has to do with, doesn't mean a job, it's just meaningful. People who retire need to be doing something that's meaningful to them, that they're contributing to the world. In my 20s, my pillars were all that way. It's kind of not standing tall. I didn't have one good pillar in my 20s. I had a job in Dallas, Texas. I moved from Florida to Texas for a job. After 2 years, the job started falling apart. So although I loved the job, it was going away. So that pillar was falling. My health, well, I was a nervous wreck over the job. I was also a nervous wreck over my relationships. I had all kinds of problems going on with my relationships. Perhaps because I was going to a therapist to learn how to be straight.
Could do it.
That didn't work. That's another talk. clearly, things weren't going well. I was not self-actualized. I went to a specialist, even though I had no money, because I thought I was having a heart attack at 26. And he's like, no, man, you need to get a life. Get yourself together. You've got problems, basically, is what he said. I'm paraphrasing, but that was the essence of it. One wonderful thing did happen before I left Dallas, Texas. I met Rebecca Peterson, and we'd been together 41 years. So I had something wonderful going on. Yes, thank you, my darling. 41, fast forward 41 years, my pillars, I feel, are standing up. Now, watch the special effects here. See the pillars? Well, pillars are juggling. So it's not to say that each and every one of these pillars have not been shaken. Oh my gosh, of course they have, with illnesses and job changes and even some time with my wonderful 41-year-old, well, she's not 41 years old, but she's been with me 41 years. Even sometimes with her, we've had some shaking. However, I've always had the substance of the relationship, of course, and the substance of this teaching, which is why I'm so passionate about this teaching. Because I really credit when I joined the Church of Religious Science in my late 20s in Atlanta, Georgia, as making a huge change in all of these pillars. It really is about a different perspective, which is, I think, why we're here and not in the other religions. Not that they're not great. We're happy for everybody to be in whatever religion or spirituality they wish. We just choose this one because it has a different perspective. Now, perspective. I have a story. A man was on the highway on his way home from work. His wife called and said, honey, be careful out there, honey. Be so careful. I just saw on the news some lunatic is in the traffic driving the wrong way, going against all the traffic on I-400. The man responded, heck, honey, there are a ton of lunatics out there. I like that. That's a great one. He definitely had a different perspective. So think about us having a different perspective on our spirituality. When Rebecca and I went to our church, it was in the Art Center, downtown Atlanta. It wasn't churchy at all, it was in an auditorium. We had a fantastic minister, and he taught us that we can always be different. I mean, every week we would sit there, every Sunday he'd say, you can change your life. You can do it differently. No matter what age you are, it can be different. And he would talk on those 4 pillars. And he would say, take a look at those pillars. How is it going for you? If it's not working for you, you have a choice. Choose differently and act differently. This is a great photo taken by Shannon, and you have to come up and see it closer in person. It's Wolford Valley. The first thing I learned, and I used this photo to put it up there, is that God is not a person. God is a spirit in all of us. And you can't walk out here and not know that. So that was news. That was a different perspective. I also like to research Charles Fillmore. This is a handwritten message from Charles Fillmore, and I'll read it to you. God is ever accessible to man. He is appropriately available and usable to all who would draw nigh unto him. God is spirit, its principle of intelligence and life. It's everywhere present. He is forever accessible as principle. Down in the bottom, look at this. I've got all these new bells and whistles. Look at I've got a laser pointer and everything now. Down here at the bottom left, I'm really going professional. Down here in the bottom left are the initials R.W. R.W. This is the handwriting of Charles Fillmore. R.W. Who is that? Who might it be? I don't know. A guess. Because what he's saying is I'm referencing R.W. He named his child after this person. He named his son He named his son Waldo. Right, and we know that Fillmore studied Ralph Waldo Emerson all of the time. He even named his son, one of his sons, Waldo. So I'm guessing, this is just my guess, R.W. might be a reference to, that he said he learned it from Ralph Waldo. The unity basic principle number 2 states that we have 5 principles in unity. Number 2 states that we are spiritual beings. The Spirit of God lives within each of us. Terrific, different perspective. Another thing I learned is to expect the best. The New Thought leaders all teach us that we live in an abundant universe. Again, this was news to me when I went to the chapel. This was news to me, because in the religion I was brought up in, we did not hear every Sunday, it's an abundant universe. Everybody you have all your needs can be met. If things are going well, things can go better. We did not hear that. But we did hear that in the New Thought. We hear that at Unity, and we hear that in all the New Thought churches. So, you are worthy. Oh, wow, that was news to me. I am worthy. So all of those pillars can stand straight up. I am worthy. Live in a continued state of expectancy. No matter how much good you are experiencing today, expect greater good tomorrow. Expect to meet new friends. Expect to meet new and wonderful experiences. This week I had an opportunity to practice that. A dear friend of mine, he lives in our condo. He's going to turn 80. And he's feeling a little vulnerable. He's a terrific man. He's retired from the military. And he's like, Dee, I'm going to be 80. I'm going to be 80 soon. And I pulled out the Louise Hay line. That's going to be your best decade. 80 is going to be your best decade. And then I realized, in 13 months, I'm going to be 70. So I started using it on me. It's going to be your best decade, Dee. So forget him. Me, hey, it's going to be my best decade. I'm going to be reading this every day. It's going to be my best decade. So expect the best. Dyer, many of you are familiar with Wayne Dyer. He did pass away recently. And he really talks to the public. I mean, a lot of people were brought into New Thought through Wayne Dyer's work, such as The Power of Intention. He has a section in there about you got to pay attention to your words and your thoughts and your acts. And you've got to match your words, your thoughts, and your acts with the intention. So again, going back to your pillars, you want prosperity. Well, if you keep saying to yourself, I don't have enough money, the universe hears you. So you don't have enough money. However, Dyer says, instead have a match. I intend to attract unlimited abundance. So you're not saying, I'm going to have a job at X place starting X time. You don't have to be that kind of specific. It's what you want. The universe works magic, and the universe makes it happen. The universe handles the how it's going to happen. You decide the what. Your health. I keep getting sick. A better match would be, I'm in divine health. I intend to act in healthy ways and attract the power to strengthen a good immune system. Meaningful work. I'm bored. I'm not contributing to the world. Well, flip it. I find usefulness in all ways. Many people want my talents and my contributions. Relationships with friends and family. My kids don't appreciate me. I've got so many friends that their kids don't appreciate them. And they say, my kids don't appreciate me. Well, let's flip that and say, I love my children, I love my family. They do not always see things my way, but I do not expect them to. I'm totally focused on my intentions, and I send them love. So it's the sending of the love back. And this one, relationship with partner, not that it applies to me in any way, but my partner gets on my nerves. I continue, a better statement would be, I continually focus on what I love about my partner. So Rebecca, I'll give that to you for you to read. Della Reese passed away. Yes. Della Reese was an American jazz, gospel singer, actress, and ordained minister. In what faith is she ordained? Unity. Unity. So I went out and watched a few of her podcasts this week, and she just brings it home. I mean, she's been in Unity since the 80s. She's down home. She started her own chapel and her own church. And the things she says are just terrific. And she's like, now you people, listen to me now, listen to me. I mean, she just gets down. And she says, let's talk about choices and responsibilities in the universe. And Daley says, the universe has given us everything we need to be, everything we need to have, and everything we need to do. And Daley says, it was all done before you were even born. God has already handled all that. It's all done. Now you just need to get on it. There's no excuses. And then she says, let's talk about responsibility. She says, responsibility in the dictionary says accountable for one's actions. Now you need to get accountable. And she says, the things that happen to you are because of the things you have said, thought, done, or the things you should have done. So Daley's really put it out there. She died in the late 80s, I think. A great lady and a great teacher, and a great Unity teacher. The pretty picture here, another great, this is Lake Burton, says everything in your life is a reflection of a choice you have made. If you want a different result, make a different choice. That's it. We're not choosing the white bread. We're choosing happiness. So when you wake up in the morning, give that talk to yourself. Like, what am I choosing today? Am I choosing to acknowledge all these great blessings? Or am I focusing on stuff that maybe I cannot control? Whatever your experiences of the holiday are this year, you're always in a place of choice. So in conclusion, let's just do a wrap up. This is a great photo on the left of the trees going straight up, and our photographer has named that lining up nicely. It's quite good. Lining up nicely. So let's remember that God is not a person. God is within all of us. God is everywhere. Universe, spirit, source, whatever we wish to call it. Expect the best. This is going to be our best decade ever. It's going to be our best year ever. And I'm responsible for my life. I am responsible for my joys and making things happen. So, in closing, you're always at a place of choice, a position of power as to how you will feel, how you will act. Whether alone or in company, good or bad, this season, you decide your thoughts and your feelings. It's your choice. We're done? But we're going to stand up and we're going to read our agreement.